I updated the driver. This is so weird. Okay.
Hi, friends, and welcome to a time of adventure, guys, and escaping the trials that the real world brings us. I'm here to make you feel things through imaginary characters and math rocks. All joking aside, this is first and foremost a safe place. Here we will all bear some part of our souls for the others to see, so things may get raw from time to time. What matters is that we all know and are willing to pump the brakes when the situation calls for it, though hopefully it isn't necessary. This tale we're about to tell mainly dances along the lines of grimdark and the hero's journey. Adversaries may not be exactly as they seem, but not everything needs to end in a fight if you are resourceful. The world I bring you is cruel and raw, but in the end, I care about the person on the other side of the screen more than the 20s and the ones on the screen. I'm not a perfect DM. Such a thing does not exist. I will make mistakes as surely as you will. If something doesn't seem right, we take a moment and we see how we can fix that wrong. I love you guys, and let's get back in to Aberr, Scalesworn Saga.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So, last we left off, party uh, was finishing up the encounter in the Sultana's palace, in which uh, Mistral,
Yeah.
our intrepid ranger, was brought into custody by the guard after an attempt to enter the palace to see the Sultan. Uh, as it turns out, the one of the higher ups of the Sultana's council was actually a Rakshasa in disguise. And so Mistral faced off against the Rakshasa and was doing a pretty dang good job until the Rakshasa was like, yo, I don't want to die here. I'm gonna summon a demon on your dome.
How strange.
Pretty wild.
Before disappearing back to his home on in the abyss. Uh, on the other side of things, Douglas, Yelsey, and Sophia were put in charge of making a distraction so Cognition and Flare could sneak inside and rescue Mistral. The the
Oh.
distraction in general, the distraction in question was Yelsey became a giant spider and was attacking the quote unquote princess of
No,
Douglas.
no, the Yelsey just brought someone. It's fine.
It wasn't Yelsey.
Yeah, different spider. Could have been any spider, actually.
Who
For
knows?
the audience, Yelsey turned into a giant spider and
All right, well,
attacked the princess, which is Doug.
it's fine.
Uh, but in the end, the demon was a quite fearsome fight. Mistral and Yelsey took some major hits, but in the end, y'all came together, beat the demon, and found the counselor. To Mezgoro. In a magically induced sleep in the prison, as well as saved one of the soldiers. You're now all gathered here as Sophia is casting a healing spell with Mezgoro, the soldier, and some documents in tow. And that is where we're starting, and that is where I hand it off to you guys.
Bet.
Is everyone all right? Yelsi, are you okay?
Yelsi gives Mistral a big grin because she is still not associated that this is a bad
Serious?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think just goes up and hugs Mistral. They're both like bleeding everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to assume this means you're feeling well. Thank you, Yelsi.
She
Pat
does
on
look to have
shoulder.
lost like at least half of her blood.
Oh, that
Oh,
feels
boy.
like a lot. I
Yeah,
believe
listen,
one would
it's
die if they
fine.
lost that much.
It's the delirium's kicking in. It's fine.
Ah, yes, the delirium.
Yeah, but she's like childishly rubbing her face against Mistral because everyone was making up weird stories about Mistral, and there's no way he would get arrested. So
There's absolutely
Of
no
course.
way. That's well, regardless, thank you for your help.
So- How exactly did you get? Well, I suppose that we can save that conversation for when we're in a safer area. We should maybe plan an escape unless we wanted to look around here more.
I do think we should take a look around. If the soldier over there, and I nod to Cognition and not Jeep Wrangler next to him. If the soldier over there is any indication of the staff here, it seems that many of them were under some kind of charm. Perhaps if we were to travel the grounds, try to speak to the staff here, we could gather more information, make sure everyone's all right. A mass enchantment like this, it can't be fun to live under for so long.
No, that's very concerning. Someone of a high caliber of magic ability would have had to cast that.
Yes, I believe I fought them directly.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you made it out.
Yes. If it were just them, I would have been fine. It was the giant fucking monster they summoned. I believe them to be a Rakshasa. Are you familiar?
Do I know what a Rakshasa is? I've studied many a magic book, so I feel like I
Go
might
and
have
make
a
it
cursor.
an Arcana or a Religion check.
Probably
Oh,
gonna be
Yossi.
Arcana.
Is Yossi tangled?
I'm having this
Make
like
an
very serious
Arcana.
conversation from within Yelsi's like vice grip hug, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yossi's just like a fucking cat, just like rubbing against
You
Mistral.
feel
Yeah,
multiple hands on you.
Yes. I imagine like my feet are not touching the ground, and I'm just like staring over your shoulder, very like deadpan at Doug.
Yes.
He's also talking very deadpan at you.
Yeah, it's all very normal.
Cognition's in the middle, dabbing at Yelsi's wounds with a cloth. And just tutting.
You know what? This is easier to heal Yossi because she is stationary.
Okay.
Yes, you are aware of what a Rakshasa is.
Oh, a Rakshasa. That's strange to have one here.
Yes, even stranger is the arcane symbol that he showed to me. It was one that
Could you
represented my elemental
just-
evil.
Hmm.
Do you remember when we fought the harpies in the forest?
Yes, it would make somewhat sense of that affiliation popping up here, if only because your people are nearby, correct?
That's right. Well, the gathering place of all of our peoples is nearby, but the border between Khalistan and the other fucking country next to us that I forget the name of is where the the Benesi
Mistral,
and
you can't say fuck.
Animiki and-
I
Sorry,
don't believe
I
I've
said the
heard you
fuck
cuss
word.
this much.
My bad.
Clutch
But
of
that's where
pearls.
that is where the Benesi and their guardian beast Animiki reside.
Hmm.
So, same symbol with the harpies, same symbol here, and it seems the Rakshasa had. I'm not sure what its intentions were, but the Kalistana is not here. I believe she's gone to investigate the falling star at Animiki's nest.
Hmm. Inconvenient timing for us, but it's better
Indeed.
we are able to tell her what's going on than anything else.
Yes.
Is Mesgoro's not conscious. I don't think it would be very opportune to question him here. We'll take our breather, heal up, and then root around where we need to.
I agree. And Yelsi, you really can put me down. I'm all right.
With all 5 of his HP.
Yossi just blinks at him and just like, "Are you sure? You were playing for a very long time without us."
Yossi, if you squeeze him, you will break him. Please be careful.
Yossi immediately lets go.
Oh,
I dropped to the ground and land on my feet, and I kind of chuckled
Don't
to
you-
myself.
Thank you,
I'm
Yossi.
made of stronger stuff than that, but yes, I do believe you could crush me if you wanted to. But you don't want to do that, do you, Yelsi?
Yossi just innocently blinks at him. "Do you want to?"
I would prefer that you didn't crush me, no.
Then Yossi won't.
Thank you. And he like slowly lowers himself to the ground and sort of like sits back against the wall, crisscross applesauce.
Mr. Mariner, if you could see to the wounded.
yes. Just a moment. This is me trying to figure out the first aid mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no worries. It takes long to Miss Sophia now. And then that I was like, I guess I'll do it.
I suppose.
I've got a medical
Like,
issue for a
yeah,
reason. I
if
guess I
that's
could try to
anything.
use it.
Doug's a diagnosis doctor, not a blood wound doctor. Don't worry about it. Fucking Dr. House ass.
Oh my god, Doug is Dr. House. Holy shit. Doug is Sherlock Holmes?
Not on purpose. I just made a just generic
house.
grumpy doctor.
Yeah. Hey man, it's not your fault. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
And boy, do we love it.
Oh dang. So I failed this check. Wait, hold on. What? Sorry, please continue.
Can Yossi
What?
help? Yossi is the very helpful nurse.
Very helpful.
Strength save. That's
Yeah, that's what
Huh.
I'm looking at. It shouldn't be that. Intelligence. It shouldn't be a save.
So that's the save DC, I believe? If someone resisting an
Right.
ability of yours.
Attack. That's
But the healing is 2d8 plus 7.
right, except wait. No, I did roll 14. Okay. Yeah, no, that's right. So she gets. Who wants healing first? I suppose.
Mishra will gesture towards Yelsi.
Yeah.
I'll go
Wait,
Um,
is
towards
Cog actually
Minstrel.
asking that?
No, that's me, the player, asking that. It's
I think
fine.
Yelsey is very distracted, so if you wanted to tend to her, she would probably not notice.
Okay.
Mishra will start trying to teach her how to fold a very simple bird to distract her while Cognition does first aid on her.
Okay.
While she's distracted, give her a rabies shot.
Oh my fucking god.
Sneak some medicine into this peanut butter.
Yeah. I have to wrap her pills in bacon. It's such a hassle.
Okay. I'm gonna try this again, but with more dice. Woo! Nice. Okay. So that'll be
Right,
38
so what
total.
this was is you roll your medicine check, and the DCs there are for what you have to beat.
Oh, never mind. Okay. So the DC, I did not succeed on the first one. So that would mean she gets half of.
Well, did you roll a strength save for the first one?
Hold on.
No, it's not. Roll a medicine check.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. This is a new class here.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
We're all here to
We're-
learn together.
Yeah,
We're
we are
all
learning
in
with you.
this
'cause-
together.
Okay. Make it a medicine check. Gotcha. So every time I need to make a medicine check first. So let's clean slate. Let's try this over again if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Medicine check for the first one.
Authority.
Bam!
Awesome. Thank you. I suppose I was supposed to choose how many first aid dice I was going to use first.
I mean, you could just say that was your check for the first, the one right above it.
Okay.
And then it's 4,
Perfect.
right?
The one right above it. Let's see.
The 27 healing, 48 plus 7.
Hold on, I'm making sure that this is right. On a success, roll the first aid dice, and the target creature heals that many. Yeah. Okay. Yes. The target creature heals that many
Yeah.
hit points plus your physician level. Yeah, so that's right. So 27.
Yelsey, heal 27.
Yelsey heal 27.
Yay.
Need to heal.
I. You're looking a little bit better. Just a second.
You'll see at some point, like, fucking rolls and lays her head on Cognition's lap and just grins, and then continues being distracted.
Oh.
Oh, that's really cute.
Aw. How is Cognition doing this, by the way? It's like a little descriptive thing, because I know
Yeah,
he has some fancy healing.
he does have some fancy healing. I've decided that mostly it's going to be just rudimentary stitches if he needs to do that. But a lot of it's going to be like poultices and ointments that he and his mother figured out. So he'll unroll his physician's bag. And he's got all these little tins, and he studies Yelsey's wounds, wipes them off, and decides which ointment he's going to use. He spreads it on a bandage, and then he just bandages her wounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. This is Cog
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Will this work on someone who says they're not human? Probably, right? Probably? Yeah.
Probably.
Doug is
It'll
watching
work.
this quietly, discerningly.
Mm.
Okay.
He is saying nothing. You see, if you were to look, you would see the occasional very tight nod. At some points.
Very just the
Very
slightest sign of approval. Like,
Yeah, and every once in a while, since Yelsey's distracted, he's gonna say like, "Oh, could you turn your body a little bit for me?" Yes, that's wonderful, dear.
And you can't believe you've just made Yelsey into a fucking lounging cat. Yep, that's going on. That's what's happening right here.
Yeah. And then he'll go for Mistral as well.
oh,
Let's see. I don't know how much damage Mistral got, but
a lot.
let's try this again.
A lot.
A lot?
He's at 18 out of 112.
Ooh,
Every
okay,
bone
then let's
broken.
do
So I think like when you lift up Mistral's like outer garments, like it's a little sticky, and because the skin underneath is like raw and like burned, and he's got like already bruising skin on his like lower like abdomen, like rib cage area, and like the top left like pectoral is like burned like outwards from the center of his chest, like he's blasted with fire there.
Yeah, he's gonna give Mistral a dirty look, like probably some of this could have been avoided. Okay.
Does Mistral pick up on that dirty look?
I don't know.
That's
Does he?
between y'all.
I would love to insight check that.
Okay. He's not trying to hide it.
Mistral will sort of lower his head, try to catch Cognition's eye as he's like scanning over all of his wounds, and give him like a very meaningful stare. I promise I was as careful as I could be.
Do I believe him? Right. I suppose now is not the time to talk about this. He goes through his bag. Oh, well, I just you should be.
Well, we have however long it will take for you to patch me up, Doctor.
Right. Oh, certainly. He is having this conversation as he works. He takes out like some cleansing, like saline water, basically, and starts gently washing off his wounds. And
Slight
he'll
wince.
bind them up. Yeah. Well, you haven't had the best track records with being careful with your body, so you understand, right? I'm just concerned.
We have spoken of your concern for my well-being before. I understand.
You have only experienced 2 battles as well with us.
Yes. And I will remind you, you did not see me fight.
No, right.
I promise you that if I were careless, the wounds would be much worse.
He kind of cringes at that.
There's a low whistle, just like, "Ooh, you almost look as bad as I do after a fight."
Almost. You're looking quite fine yourself, though. That was quite impressive, Flair. I knew you were powerful, but did not have the full grasp of just how powerful. I now understand the scope.
Yeah, I've been doing this a bit. If you look over to him from Cognition, you see that he's like looking through some forms. Like,
if it were not for you, Flair, I would be dead. I am extremely grateful for your help.
I mean, it's my job to keep you alive, so I mean,
job or not.
Job complete.
Job or not, I'm grateful.
Oh, I didn't roll that other one. Sorry.
Claire, Claire just sort of like nods at you, Mistral, just like, all part of the job, anyways. I mean, it's all part of the job, anyways. So, I'm glad you're thankful, but it is what Cleo got me here to do.
I understand.
And he looks through things, and looks up to Douglas. You look like a bookish type. You're a wizard, right?
Yes.
He hands you, like, uh, a series of, like, folded, increased, like, letters. I'm not really much of a arcane person. Maybe you'll make heads or tails of whatever's going on in this
Is
cipher.
something you found? Oh, cipher. I could probably do a cipher. We used to have competition. I digress. He's poring over these papers. What do I roll?
Arcana.
Okay.
Ooh. You know, despite everything, you're not quite able to make heads or tails of this cipher. It's just beyond your capabilities.
This cipher is either quite advanced or needs more time than the few minutes I'm standing here to crack it. I am noticing patterns, however, they seem to be dead-ending. If we can get this to someone perhaps not on an adventure that we can come back to.
I will give you a couple things from. You do know this is some sort of correspondence between two people.
Okay.
And some of the glyphs seem to be teleportation runes. You don't know to where.
This is a correspondence between two people. There might be directions on goings on to and from. There's these arcane symbols here. He points at it, which very hard to do in cipher and have them not work. Would be teleportation runes. Would say possibly would have something to do with our replacement government.
He sort of nods along with that, and then sort of is sorting through a different series of records, and just like looks up at you, looks back down. How well do you know Old Infernal?
I have studied some very old texts. However, my capability of doing that would depend on what the school had. I can't say I've necessarily gone out of my way past recently. I can take a stab at it, I'll put it at that.
And then he hands you some records.
Okay.
This is an investigation check.
Okay. That's a 10. He squints. Can't quite.
Yeah.
I have a resource for this. And he goes, feels this might be important for us to read if you feel accommodating.
Can you read every language?
Ooh.
Fine. He's gonna add 5 to your score.
Hey.
The records that Flair hands you this time, it's not all in Old Infernal. This is a shipping ledger, denoting a trip from the Calistan dungeons to a place that has the Oh God, what's the term? What's the term? Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
It's in my noggin. I just gotta.
For a second, I thought Belza said that, and I was like, huh?
Mm. He's got a lot of information in his noggin.
The big noggin.
What's the term
sort through
for letters? Like, no, not
Missive?
correspondence. No,
Alphabet.
not missive.
For
It's
letters.
like
Glyph?
Alphabet.
Symbol?
Lexicon.
Epistolary.
it's a term that starts with A that is just like
Alphanumeric.
um
Letters.
like instead of International House of Pancakes, you say IHOP. What's the
Acronym.
word for the acronym?
Acronym.
Acronym.
Gotcha.
I was like, A, and it's not coming to me. Acronym.
It's all good.
Doug, you see the acronym ARC? And it's a shipping letter from the Calistan Dungeons to the acronym to ARC. Several passengers, some infamous, some not so infamous, but you see as an extra note in Ancient Infernal, they are labeled as test subjects. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Doug is explaining this as he's reading it. This is very interesting. I suspect there might be something pertinent to the current situation. However, we are missing some pieces.
Am I understanding this correctly in that the correspondence implies that there were test subjects being kept in the dungeons here of Calistan?
Oh dear.
More like the prisoners are being shipped off to this ARC as test subjects.
Yes.
The
Although I
Calistan
suppose
prisoners.
we could take a look to see if there's another shipment in the wings, if we're concerned about that.
Shipment of test subjects?
Yes.
Yes, I rather would like to see if there are people.
While you look for that, I think I should take Counselor Mesgoro to somewhere he can wake comfortably. A bedroom, perhaps.
Yes. As much as I'd love to secure the safety of an entire compound of prisoners, potentially, we do have a bit of pressing political tensions.
Yes. His chambers are above in the castle? It's not a castle. It's like a palace. That's the word. His chamber.
Perhaps we should take him with us, or at least out of the area of the Rakshasa's influence.
Do we think that the Rakshasa's influence still remains?
Do we think that bad boy can't come back?
At the current moment, there's everything's relatively quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Rakshasa was severely wounded when he disappeared. I imagine he wouldn't want to come back soon. We have some time at least. But seeing as how he left behind a horrifying monster that I believe he expected to tear apart the palace, I'm not sure he'll be
Oh.
back soon at all.
That's
It's
very
just a
true.
guess, though. And I'd rather my friend here wake in familiar environs. And I'd like to speak to him as soon as possible.
Okay. Well,
If you want to secure the dungeon down here, I can take him to his chambers.
I think that sounds fine.
Mistral nods and then, like, using the wall for support, like, begins to slowly stand to his feet.
I mean, Flair speaks up from his leaning place. I mean, me and Cog looked through the rest, like, we didn't see a whole lot of people down here. We saw a bunch
No.
of pits.
Yes, that's actually concerning, because they're deep enough that they could contain quite a few people, possibly.
Could you see the bottom?
No.
We should investigate them then.
Yes.
If we must stick together, though, I would like to prioritize the counselor's safety.
Understood.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
We can always come back down and take a look around once we know he is awake and well and has his wits about him. Besides, if we are to secure any form of political power here at the palace, we may want to have a counselor on our side.
Alright, well, you look a bit too banged up to be carrying a counselor, so Flair just sort of steps over here, sort of leans down, picks up the dwarf, is like hoists him over his shoulder. I know the good doctors patched you up a little bit, but
Enough to make it to the bedchambers.
I can take care of that. But you could guide me. I don't know this palace as well as you might.
Of course, I know it well. Follow me.
Just make a quick survival check. See how much you remember of the palace.
Not as much as I thought.
Whoa!
They've changed some things.
Man, that when they add this new
Blood
wing.
Blood loss.
It's
What
the
did they do to the
bloodlust.
bathrooms?
Since when was the palace so sparkly? Oh, that's just my peripheral vision.
You good, Mistral? I think we've been by this bus a couple of times.
Yes, so we have. Apologies.
Cognition looks
Sorry.
concerned over at Mistral, like, did he hit his head or something?
Please, this way. I am oriented now.
Alright, go ahead and make another one. You know what?
Get the bad ones out.
Less lost.
Get the bad ones out.
It's just enough to get to the
Perfect.
chambers.
Perfect.
A
2 and a 3.
Oh boy.
Eventually you do find your way to the palatial suites. And you can see Councillor Mesgoro's name sort of eloquently sort of embroidered on one of the rooms, and just like Flair like pats you on the shoulder. Okay, yeah, no, you did good, bud.
Thank you.
And I will say, as you were wandering, a lot of the guards just seemed to be recovering from like some of the same sort of stupor that the other soldier was.
Yeah.
But
Any of
when
them
they
we
see
pass-
you,
Oh,
and the counselor, they sort of This sort of nod, they leave you be.
Okay.
I nod back at them in recognition, like, glad to see you're all right. And probably will, like, if we pass by close enough for anyone to, like, be within earshot, just sort of say, like, get rest, make sure you are well. I will hopefully be addressing most of you soon as to what has transpired here, but I must see to the counselor first. And I let them all know that where I'll be, which is Mesgoro's bedchambers.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And like,
The
please
door-
spread the word that, like,
Yeah,
the palace
they
is to be
will.
protected.
Definitely. So eventually you do make it to Mesgor's bedchambers, and Flare sort of lays them there and just sort of leans against one of the walls as he sort of looks at the rest of you. He's like, yeah. He's pretty much like, yeah, this is y'all's parade.
Cognition, could you tend to the counselor and ensure that his sleep isn't something we need to be concerned about? Perhaps wake
Yes,
him
of
up
course.
if you are able to.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 2 first aid kits. Ooh. All right.
Cognition, you are able to discern that while the sleep that he is under is not life-threatening, it probably won't end without specific treatment. Since he's been poisoned by an infernal devil. No, the sleep is caused by like an infernal poison. That you can sort of detect via, I don't know, blood work.
Sure, why not?
Little pH strips in the blood.
I taste his blood.
The pH strip catches
Yeah,
on
that
fire.
shit's
I'm like,
poison.
yeah, that's infernal.
Can Yelsi taste the poison?
Oh, well.
Does Cognition let Yelsi?
Does Cog have a herbalism kit? I have to know.
Does what?
Does
Cog have an
Cognition?
herbalism kit?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Does Cognition have an herbalism kit?
Yes, he does.
Okay, listen, Yelsi is also proficient, but just doesn't have one.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So as you're running your
Mike.
diagnosis, hold on. As Cognition, as you're running your diagnosis, do you let Yelsi also taste the blood?
Well, how did you go
How
about
focused are you? How focused are you?
it? I'm very focused.
She's like inching closer like a cat or like a dog about to do a stealth lick.
Yes, listen, Yelsi is channeling cat energy today.
Very good.
Alright, so Cognition, make a perception check. And Yelsi, make a...
Oh boy.
Oh boy, make a stealth check. Yelsi, somehow you're able to also get a taste of the blood. Without
You
Whoa.
immediately fall
noticing.
asleep.
Is this canon now? We're
No.
just tasting people's blood?
Doug sees this happening and just does not stop her.
Jeez,
uh,
Lord.
Yelsi,
Very
why don't
unprofessional
you
lack
make
of
a
awareness.
nature check?
Damn.
I'll give you an advantage because you're...
Those are poisons.
So go ahead, roll again.
Ooh,
Damn,
Yeah,
we
that's
really
poison.
channeling those ones
that's
today, huh?
blood.
We're getting them out
That's
now.
poison. That's poison.
Ew, poison.
Yeah, so I'll share that with the team. It appears that this particular sleep is of an unnatural variety. It seems he's been poisoned by some sort of infernal substance and would require help to awaken.
Mistral pulls up the hem of his shirt and shows a horizontal slash across his lower right abdominal deltoid hip area, and says, "The Rakshasa slashed me here. I believe his blade was coated in something. Would it be possible to take a sample?
Perhaps. I
That'd be
can certainly
helpful.
try.
Make another medicine check as you look at those wounds that Mistral is showing you now.
Oh, it's not a weapon, it's wounds?
Yes, I'm showing you a horizontal slash mark across my lower right abdomen, deltoid
Okay.
hip area.
That you hadn't shown me before?
That was just not the main issue. It was it's a flesh wound that isn't mortal.
Alright. He's gonna
He says that the
skip
Rakshasa
disapprovingly.
yeah, he says the Rakshasa slashed him there with a blade, and he believed it was coated in something. And so if you can take a sample, maybe that would be helpful.
Right. It would have been nice if you'd told me about this before, so I could just bleed it. Right. You take the sample.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to get hurt.
Taking a
know.
sample of that.
I don't know how this could be tested.
Mistral doesn't know anything about actual doctoring.
Okay.
So he's asking you, the doctor, if it would be helpful.
I could probably look at how the body's reacting to it, and that could tell me something.
Go ahead and make a medicine check as you look at the wound.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
You're not positive, but it looks like his body fought off whatever it was supposed to do.
I see.
What the fuck?
Sorry, the cats
Kitten.
get really antsy around dinner time and they start fighting. Host
Fight
stop.
for survival.
Never in their entire lives. Right, so he studies the wound a little bit. Then he kind of sighs and brings out a bandage to cover it, and he says, "There's not much I can tell from this.
I see.
Your body is something else. It heals quite quickly."
It does it? That's good to know at least. I remember feeling some kind of feeling when the knife slashed me, but it subsided quickly.
Burning or
The feeling of chains in the back of my mind.
oh,
It's magical in nature. It would take me an evening to reset my spells, but I can simply just cast Remove Curse, or maybe a lesser restoration. He glances at Sophia, could do the job.
right.
Or if it's a poison, we can just pump him full of charcoal.
Pardon? At what Doug just fucking said.
I mean, if it's
I
still
have
in his
chocolate.
stomach, the charcoal would absorb the poison. Then he'd simply
Oh,
run it through his
interesting.
system in the other way. The non-blood way.
I didn't know.
Ah, yes. Right. Quite
Be
effective.
useful in the field. But I fear
Providing, of course, that you have some time.
Mr. wants to
Sophia,
talk
what are
about
you trying to do? The the coating that was on the Rakshasa's blade.
the counselor being asleep.
Like, it is and it isn't.
It's a magical poison, so it's like not magical. Oh, that'd be cool. Because if it's
Sure.
like under the effects of a spell or like magical effect, you could learn what that is and how it works.
Yeah. Okay.
So you are going to get that this isn't necessarily a magic effect. It is a poison that induces a magical slumber that can only be broken by a level 5 greater restoration or higher.
Oh. Dang.
Or a really high medicine check, maybe.
Oh. We could try that. Okay.
To make this medicine check, you would need you need the right anti-venom to administer it.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, we are having trouble with this. That druid fellow probably has something.
Druid fellow. Who might that be?
Smelly one.
Oh.
Yeah. How much do you know about the high druids of Erelon?
I suppose it's about as much as your average person would. I have not spent much time in Erelon, aside from just passing through and taking the odd job
Yes.
here and there.
We had one help us break in,
I see.
so
There are more who have
there's a
helped.
possibility.
And where are they now?
Not really sure. The Octopus Garden? Yeah, it's just like, my work here's done. I'm getting fucking high. Fucking love.
We should summon them here if we can.
We all turn our gaze to Flare.
Claire looks at you guys like, alright, I'll be right back. See what I can do.
I will inform the guards to allow your passage.
Thank you, thank you. And he departs. You have
Should
about
we check to see if the guards are also charmed, or is it pretty clear that like the charm's pretty much off everyone now? That the Rakshas
It's
is
worn
gone?
off from them.
Okay,
We
okay,
passed
okay.
a number of them in the hallway who like addressed us, and I let them know that we were
Yeah.
trying to assist the counselor, and that I would be like addressing them soon as to what's been going on and giving them sort of an update, but that they should get themselves well and rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Mitchell kind of just slumps down in the room onto like a chair or something, and takes the time to rest a bit and wait.
Yeah, Cognition's gonna he's gonna hand out juice and cookies. He's gonna make them drink something because they lost a lot of blood.
Who, me?
Yes, you, and also Yelsey. Very good.
Oh,
I should
I
carry
don't-
juice and
Doug's-
cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug is
What's the
pouring
mistake?
over the cipher like the Sunday crossword.
Hell yeah. Mistral will be a little difficult at first, and by difficult I mean Mistral politely refusing.
The water.
Until the cookie juice and cookie sort of a deal, or whatever that is.
Sure, let's
In the
just say it's
counselor's
juice and
room, so
cookies.
it's
Why the
just
hell
like
not?
brandy.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Um,
Doug is at full health, but he's not important. Yelsey still
important.
needs a little juice, and I think Mistral needs a little juice.
It's fine. Yes, is gonna take a cat nap. It's fine. Whose lap is she gonna sleep on?
Mistral
I
will
don't know.
insist that he's fine and he just needs some rest.
That'll work.
Mistral will insist
Yeah.
he's fine and just needs a little rest.
Yeah.
When you say
She's
it
like
out loud,
praying
like,
directly
that's
next
so
to him.
funny
Does
to
this
think
bother
about.
you, King?
A little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, Mistral feels like he's like settling in and like feels a little bit, looks a little bit relaxed for a moment until he's like, "Oh, I know what just happened," then gets like a little grumpy. No, it's not
Must
that.
be willing
exactly,
to accept help sometime.
but it's not. It's more complicated than that. But yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take that as well, if that's okay with you, Gabe, because I got a little bit of damage.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Mhm.
Pog. Oh, where'd my
Poggers.
token go? Here it is.
Oh,
All right.
I'd like to see why he's grumpy. Nope, never mind. Okay. Yeah.
I know. Is this a conversation they actually have, or is it this is like all in subtext? Like what? Interesting.
Wonderful,
Sophia
thank you.
announces. Yeah. Gotcha.
right.
I think Mistral will like watch her throughout the casting of the spell. Yes.
That's
yes,
funny.
he does. Well, but yeah, genuinely, he watches her throughout the casting of the spell and just keeps an eye on her.
And the forge and,
And
the
blessed that the
oven.
refreshments will nourish and strengthen our bodies. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes. Um. So your prayer of healing goes off. Those that want the healing can take 13 points of healing. And so that's 10 minutes, and then another 10 minutes later, Flair sort of shows up, dragging with him, sort of like by the scruff, of like a scarf a half elven man, Mistral, that you
Oh.
have never met before,
Mm-hmm.
but smells highly of halfling herb,
I'm familiar with it.
Okay.
Useful for
and just
painkiller.
sort of plops him down.
Okay,
Uh,
where's the guy? Sleepy guy. I'm sorry. I thought you guys were gonna be longer. I kind of snuck one in. Anyways,
Now, I want you to roll a d20 real quick. High, you have the spell and the components ready. Low, you did not bring it.
right in the middle.
Oh.
You did not bring it.
Ah.
Will you still be able to perform your duties?
Dog, I didn't think I'd have to pack a greater restoration today.
I understand. Perhaps we could wait till tomorrow, if you have time.
Yeah. I mean, if it can wait, because I know you guys are kind of looking to go out to see the
Mistral
the
looks
meteor.
to cognition. Like, can we wait? Is this critical? Sort of a look.
I would assume not. From the medicine check, Mike, did I notice that
It's not a
he's in any
lethal
danger?
poison.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not dying. He's just, taking a little snooze. And I bet if we waited a week, he'd probably be fine. But
He appears to be in stasis. No. A few hours most likely would not hurt.
yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just saying it's not something to be too worried about.
He's
Well, if
not
you would
going
be
to
willing-
die immediately if that's.
I mean, he's
Cognition is also giving the look.
Flair like stands up and sort of leans against the door frame. I mean, he spent however long under this sleep while the whoever the fuck was impersonating him. I doubt one night in his bed is gonna worsen his condition.
Regardless, we need to rest anyways.
Yes.
You know what? Just
I will
to
be waiting
sway
here with you.
your mind, I can sit here with the counselor. He won't get assassinated under my watch.
Doug
But you
looks up from
also
her.
have Mistral, who has just offered to also stay here.
Yes, it was my intention to stay with the counselor until he awoke.
Y'all see looking at Flair like, I thought you were only good at fighting. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm only good at fighting, so an assassin won't get in here and kill him.
I'll spot
Because
the
I'm really
assassin
good
and
at
Flair
fighting.
can fight it.
Doug looks up from his his cipher, and he says this, and it's a joke, but he's too deadpan about it, so it doesn't come off that way. It's like, what if we replaced all his blood with new blood, so the poisoned blood is gone, but then he just simply has new blood? Have we thought of that?
I don't think that's wise. I don't think that's advisable. Where are we
Surely
going
there
to
are some loyal soldiers who would give up, I don't know,
Y'all see is like was already
most
like
of their
pulling
blood?
a knife out to like her
It's like
arm and just like, oh, we're not doing that? Okay.
No, we're not. No, we don't. Taking all of someone's blood is bad.
Yeah, Cognition's like, wow,
We'd
I
be
knew we didn't have
replacing it
experience,
with
but this
new
is something
blood.
else.
You have no imagination. I think we should wait, though.
I have plenty of imagination, and I know that before we even emptied all of his blood, he would die. Because, believe it or not, you can't live without a certain percentage of your blood.
We wouldn't simply be emptying the blood. We would be replacing the blood as we empty it with new blood. Yeah, much like a flowing river
This isn't very feasible.
that we eventually dam up.
I don't know if that's exactly. I'm not a doctor. I'd have to ask Kane, but I'm not sure that's how that works.
I am in fact a
Cognition looks
doctor,
over at
and
Blair
Kane would
shakes his head
simply
no.
say it's feasible but unwise. Anyways,
Mishra will turn his attention back to Alun and say,
this dumb blood conversation is going on in the background.
yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless of your level of concern for the counselor's well-being, would you be willing to wait a day, prepare the spell, cast it in the morning?
Oh yeah, dude, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm here kind of to solve this problem, and that is unfortunately the speed that that problem was going to be solved.
Oh, I see. Are you here on
didn't mean-
behalf of Erelon?
Yeah, I mean, we knew something fishy was going on, we just hadn't quite figured it out, and there's only so much someone in my position can directly probe.
I
Like,
see.
if I'm asking questions and I'm not getting answers, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate your help. I
Mhm.
don't believe we've been introduced, have we?
No, you're with these guys.
I am.
I'm Alud Cardos, High Druid for the Circle of Stars.
Mistral sort of nods at the term High Druid and doesn't make much of a facial expression, but is taking note of the irony of the term.
Right.
I see. I am Mistral Celestine of the Nasima people. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The Nasima, huh?
Yes, the people
I
of
think I
Endless
might have
Breath.
heard of them somewhere. Yeah. Pleasure to meet you. I think they said you guys were here to investigate the Starfall, right?
That's correct. I thought it pertinent to speak to the Calistana since we were in the neighborhood, so to speak, and wound up entangled in all of this.
Well, I don't know how much wound licking you guys need to do, but I feel the Starfall situation might honestly be far more threatening than whatever kind of coup that they were trying to pull. It's like, well, no, it's contained.
That was my thinking.
Although
I share your concern for the crash site, I know that at least one of my family members is there, and it is the site of the Nasima people's guardian beast, so trust me, I am quite concerned, but well, the Calistan, the Calistan is a friend, and I wanted to ensure that her safety, as well as update her on the situation.
You'd have to go to her to update her anyways.
Yes, I've just only now learned that she is at Animiki's rise.
Yes, I guess what I'm trying to say here is I should be able to handle things from here if you guys want to go out to there. I can communicate with Flair to update you on the situation with our boy here.
Oh,
and
you'll
if
be
you
staying in Calistan.
Yeah, for a little bit at least.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood the situation. That would be most helpful, yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure what else to say. Dude.
Yeah, Mistral gives him a curt nod, like,
yeah. Use that masculine nod, like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sort of,
It's partially Mistral being a man of not many words, and also partially he's still bloody and very tired.
Yeah. So Flair, how about? Well, I guess these guys need a rest anyways. We take care of this in the morning. I guess I can do the run around and see what the fuck needs to be going on with the power structures here, what letters need to be written.
Shouldn't you let Ari handle that? He's a bit better at speaking than you are.
Yeah. Just looks bad when I'm not doing it.
I mean, I don't know, like, the best. Like, look, I fully stepped away from politics. I don't get involved in them, but I think Ari's a bit better at handling and, organizing this sort of stuff. You do what you want. Get whatever stuff you need. What the fuck is...
What the fuck?
What the hell? What?
What,
My
you guys
my
rest.
headset went out.
Sort it out between all of us. How about that?
Yeah.
Certainly.
I gotta get a message to Sylph anyways.
Thank you,
Ooh,
Mr.
boy.
Cardos.
Yeah, no problem.
That was so weird of my headset. Anyways, didn't just turn off. It let out a loud beep and then turned off.
Out of batteries.
Weird.
Here, before I go off running around doing what the fuck ever, he puts some joints in the player's hands. Y'all need to unwind a little. Gives a wink and then leaves.
Flash smiles.
Okay.
Holds on to the joints and just sort of like sees a loon out before turning
Yeah.
back to you guys. Okay. I mean,
don't know why they put him in charge of anything. Usually druids are notable. I don't know who the hell this guy is.
Zilun Cardos. He introduced himself.
Yes, but we had a Circle of Stars High Druid, and of course she's the Archdruid now, and I don't know who the hell this one is.
Does he often
Maybe-
work in this condition?
yeah. I mean, well, he used to be a lot worse. But, I mean, he's
glowing.
gotten better.
Does he suffer from some form of chronic pain or illness?
He should.
What a
Claire-
compassionate way to address that concept, Mistral.
That is usually what halfling herb is used for medicinally, is it not?
No.
It's
He
I mean,
has-
medically, certainly.
That's what I
medically,
said.
yes. It's also recreational.
He
Oh, I
uses
see.
it to get... Like, look, we all have our demons. And we all take care of our demons different
Suppose.
ways.
Your presupposition that he was irresponsible makes a bit more sense now.
I mean... Flare shrugs. He's been through a lot. We all have. I mean, this is just how he is now.
And if he is so blatant with his recreation and they keep him in his position, it must mean he does good work.
That's likely true.
Yes. My sister is worse, and she does not need any herbs or medicine to be that way, and she holds a position of great power within the tribes of Orivori. So, I will not hold it against him.
I mean, I just don't think Vikara is particularly happy about her appointment to High Oracle, or Grand Oracle, and wanted someone else to suffer with her.
Misery does love company.
The job of a High Druid is a governmental one in Erelon, and it is quite stressful no matter which domain you're over.
So, does anyone want to join?
Cognition, don't give Flair a dirty look.
What?
We're working.
I will say we do have some time to rest. However,
Sure.
is this a safe situation to do so?
Look, Elune may be high off his rocker 85% of his time, but if he says he's got this handled, I'm sure he has this handled. We're here in Calistan to enjoy a little bit and then make our way over to Anamiki's Rise.
You hear random unexplained clash noises in the background. The guard says, "It's okay."
I say, we rescued the guy. Our job is done for the day. Let's go enjoy the nightlife. Let's go have a good time, and then tomorrow we'll be on our way for the Starfall, and everything will be great.
As much as I would like to enjoy the nightlife, I want to ensure that he's all right during the night. He points to.
Oh, you're just gonna watch him all night, Cognition?
Cognition, you also
don't
need
know.
to sleep.
I assumed
we
we
can
would
take
take
shifts.
shifts.
Yes.
You understand there's guards in this compound who can wake you up if something happens. Whose job is specifically to
the state
guard.
they were in, right? You saw the state they were in earlier.
Not all of them.
No, he's not.
Look, if you want to stay and watch some guy sleep while everyone else goes party, that's on you. I'm gonna go enjoy myself a little bit. Regardless, we're leaving tomorrow
Have a good time.
towards Anamiki's
Right.
Rise.
Find something nice for me. Back souvenirs. He sounds a little bit pouting a little bit.
I mean,
You don't want to go out?
I've never been one for nightlife anyways.
Inside.
What are you inciting?
Oh,
Nothing, apparently.
Sophia's like, I mean, it doesn't matter now. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
We were playing with the monsters and princesses. It was great.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No, she's had a very long day. It's time for nap time.
Time for nap time. Okay. He looks
Right.
doubtfully. Well,
I could research the cipher, I suppose, while we're waiting. The cipher that has only occasionally looked up from while trying to spin you all on the fucking blood replacement theory.
blood replacement theory. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Sure.
I
Sure.
don't know enough about that. I was just thinking of like a blood bag type thing, except the blood bag's a person. That's fucked up. Anyways.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Then Cognition will go out with Flair if he knows that there are people here watching. Their the object of their mission, and he'll go out with Flair.
Claire and Sophia joint.
Oh, can I have one for Yelsey? I don't think she's ever been high.
Sure. The loon just
Okay,
sort of gave me these, so I mean.
Yeah, just a personal curiosity, if as it were. I won't let her take the whole thing.
If you wish to partake tonight, please let me know, and I'll return.
I will be fine.
Right.
My college years are long behind me, believe me.
So that means you're not going to partake, right?
Certainly not.
I feel better about that.
Alright, Mariner. Time to let loose. And he grabs Mariner by the back of the fucking petticoat and drags him out.
What?
Alright. Sleep comes easy to almost all of you. I say almost all of you because Mistral,
Hey.
Oh.
during
Special
the
pool,
evening,
Yep.
you wake up not in the counselor's room, but in a building of some sort. Let me just change the music just real quick. Alright. This building is much unlike the Calistan Palace, but it is a citadel of some sort.
Mm.
This fort, this citadel, it's comprised mainly of this greenish gray metal. And you can see all around you look to be souls of people.
Oh.
Do I recognize this place? Have I seen this place before?
Never.
Has my sister described it before?
No.
Okay.
You see these souls all around you, and they are being sort of shepherded deeper into the citadel. Looking at these souls, they don't appear to be those of your people.
Mm-hmm.
They just seem to be normal mortal souls.
Do I have the wherewithal to think like, oh, do I have my weapons on me? Do I have my gear, or am I in like a more of like a dream trance? Like this is just happening and I'm witnessing.
Uh, as you look around, you're like, okay, am I armed? Like, you have all of your things.
Okay.
Um,
And then you say the souls are being shepherded into this building. Do I see
yeah,
anything doing the shepherding, or is it just that they're like moving in a line towards this building?
they're moving in a line deeper into the building.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll go see what's up. I'll try to stay out of sight because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, and I've heard very horrible stories about some bad visions. Um, so I take a deep breath. I'm accustomed to maybe not this level of whoa, holy shit, but dealing with unbidden sights, unbidden visions. So I'll steel myself, take a deep breath, and try to approach unseen to see what's happening.
Okay, yeah, as you follow these souls deeper into this citadel, eventually you come to this main sort of chamber where you can see there's trails of souls uh, entering from all sorts of entrances into this sort of crucible in the center. Um, the closer you get, you start to hear like small, sort of like uh, screams as you realize the souls that are entering the crucible are being torn asunder,
Destroyed.
destroyed, um, rent apart.
What does that look like? What does a soul look like in this place?
So it looks like a small, like gray wisp, like a willow wisp.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, and as you like approach each one, well, no, as you approach one, they sort of come into like a pseudo form of like who they used to be in life, that their sort of form. So as you approach like a wisp, like you'll see like us the the spirit sort of like morph into like a small like a small gnome, or like it'll grow bigger to like a furbolg. But they're all just sort of like these wisps. But when they're being rent apart, they're just being torn down into essence. Uh, and they're just going into this sort of this main crucible.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that is what
I
you see.
don't think I have a lot of like planar knowledge outside of the elemental planes, but would I,
Mhm.
with like the crucible and the souls and like the destruction, would I have any idea of like what plane this is, where this is, what's happening?
Give me a religion check.
17.
Um, so the best idea that you have is that this is perhaps some profane bastardization of uh like a limbo of
Mm-hmm.
some sort, but something is wrong. Something is like these souls aren't being judged and being sent to various realms. They're
just getting ripped
being torn
apart
apart.
and like taken for pieces.
Yes.
I touched the blade wound at my side. Do I feel any like influence there?
As you touch your wound, it sort of like flares up with a bit of like stinging pain.
Mm.
And something as you've sort of like been standing here for a little bit, you start to hear the sound of dragging chains,
Okay.
and heavy booted footfalls.
Yeah. If I'm able to, I will try to take cover or hide, but I would like to try and see what's making that noise.
All right, go ahead and first make a stealth check.
22.
You feel confident in hiding behind like a pillar as you see a almost ethereal uh, bipedal figure, larger than life, sort of approach the crucible. He has this like heavy coat on. His visage is currently hidden behind the hood, but you see he lifts up this large lantern, and dips it into the crucible. Uh, and as he sort of retrieves it, you can see it glow this like ethereal, sickly green. As the souls get absorbed into his lantern, and he just sort of lets out this cruel laugh, and then you just see him grow just ever so larger as he absorbs these souls. And then he just, from your vantage point, you see he looks directly at you. And the reason you know that is like there's just this glowing green ethereal skull that the sockets are like looking right at you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
I stand, casting away any idea that I'm actually hidden.
you know, I've never had a Genasi join the choir.
Nor shall you. Why have I been summoned here? Who are you?
Such brazen bravery, I suppose you would call it. My name is Therazine. I am the Warden of Souls, and you have been marked by one of my pets.
The Rakshasa.
Yes.
Your pet, then. I am to take it they do your bidding?
Everything. He panders to his own machinations, but in the end, he does things to further my agenda, yes.
I see. And your agenda is people dying? Seem to delight in it?
I enjoy their suffering. I enjoy collecting souls, yes.
Do you have anything to do with the elemental prince of air or his presence in the material plane?
We have agreement at the current moment.
I see. Well, I thank you for that information. It is valuable. Is there
You're
anything I could do to sway your choice of alignment?
No, little creature.
I thought not.
You'd be more likely to stop an avalanche. For when the dread god Therazine sets his sights on something, there's not much that gets in my way.
I understand, Therazine. But you cannot fault me for trying.
No, please do try. It's so entertaining to see you mortals flail about, attempting to make changes in the world. Trying to delay the inevitable, but alas, the end of all things draws ever nearer. My brother set his sights on your world, which is good for me. I never tire of collecting mortal souls.
If you get the souls, what does your brother get?
Dominion. Chance to show his strength. Chance to show Al that he's not nearly as powerful as he thinks he is.
I suppose if this end of days is coming soon, perhaps I'll see the outcome of that.
Perhaps. But in the end, I'll be sure to save you a spot in my lantern alongside your relatives.
I'm afraid our souls are destined for someplace else, but I appreciate the offer.
Oh, I don't like to say too much, but let's just say when Rao struck your world, he changed the rules a bit. I won't say much more, but
Ral, your brother?
one of them.
The stars were his then.
Mm-hmm.
Is your brother one to take people as well? Pets?
Interesting folk. Somewhat like that conduit that was in Sucretia. He probably took her.
This is a strange feeling.
Hmm?
It's just that, well, you're so threatening. Quite terrifying. But you're being so helpful. This is good information. Thank you, Therazine.
You're welcome.
I hope to prove you wrong.
You won't.
Respectfully.
I'll see you one of these days, Mr. Celestine. But for now, you should return to the waking world. Do try not to die. I want to see how well your soul thrives before I collect it. And then you wake up.
I look around the room. Is there anything in here that I'm not expecting?
No.
Okay. I'm immediately on my feet, bow in hand, arrow knocked as well, like within a second of waking up. And I'm just staring
Down,
around at the room, like breathing heavily.
Kelsey and
down
Doug are
where
spooning, and Kelsey is the big spoon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Very good.
you feel a slight burning, where the Rakshasa slashed you, and you see a small scar in the shape of a small sickle.
That can't be good. I unnock the arrow, unstring my bow. But perhaps a worthy sacrifice. This is good information.
Right.
And I like slump down back to where I was sleeping, like just sitting cross-legged,
Mm-hmm.
just breathing heavily, trying to like calm my nerves, calm my heart. And I just let out one big exhalation, and I just stop breathing, and I close my eyes, and I sit, and I don't sleep, and I don't breathe again until the sun rises.
As you're calming yourself, one thing that you do recognize is that second heartbeat is gone.
Oh,
Mm?
interesting.
Now how's he gonna run a marathon?
Yeah, man. It's okay. I still have 7 vagina bones.
Yes, it's true. You can take my heart, but you can't take my vagina bones, baby.
That's right.
Ignition, I want you to roll a Constitution check.
Okay, hold on. I have just
Oh God,
restarted my
yeah.
computer to figure out the Bluetooth issue. So
If Cog ended up partying with both Flair and Elune, that's a heavy
rough,
night.
buddy.
he was judging Alone for at least part of the night.
And then
Listen, you get
making out
high
with
enough,
him
you
for the
can't
other
judge
night.
anyone. Nothing but peace and love, baby.
There
Stars aligning.
you go.
I would judge him.
Constitution check or save?
Save.
Save. Okay. Eh,
You
I can walk.
you don't feel the best, but yeah, you can walk.
All right. It's
Um,
fine. Is Alune out with us?
Yeah, he probably would come
Nice.
back in the morning with because he'd have the spell recharged and done or whatever.
Okay.
Alright. But you all gather up in the counselor's bedchambers. Elune.
So do we get a long rest?
Yeah, you got a long rest.
Nice.
Elune got in with the bag and he's like, I brought donuts, and I got my spell, so let's do this. And he stands over the counselor and does whatever chant and hand waving needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Then
I think he just takes a deep drag of like his joint.
just
Oh,
blows it over the
boy.
dude's face.
Yeah.
Very good. That's how the spells are
Then,
distributed.
Then the smoke
Takes
just
us-
sort of encompasses him. You spread the gold dust over it.
Mm-hmm. And it takes a step back and just like, let's ease him into this, and it should be fine. Then it takes,
Watch the magic happen.
another step back to let you guys do whatever you're gonna do. Stands next to Flair, I guess.
All right.
As the greater restoration takes effect, Mesgoro sort of like takes a deep breath, like. Oh,
Mistral is like immediately at his side, like hand on his back. It's all
good
right.
lord.
It's all right. Good morning, counselor. You've been asleep for some
Mistral,
time.
is that you, my boy?
Yes, Miss Goro. Are you well?
Oh, goodness.
It's good to see you.
Tired, like I've woken up from a very long sleep.
You've hit the nail on the head, sir. That's exactly what you've done.
Back.
It had been at least several days.
At least.
You see, like, reaches down, like, braces himself against the bed and sort of, like, twists his spine, gets, like, a good couple cracks in.
You should have
Ah.
seen the eye crust we removed. It's truly a horror story.
Yes, Cognition was very brave to do it.
Had the tiny tweezers and everything. I was very impressed.
Oh, I don't believe I've met your friends here, boy.
No, yes, please let me introduce you to my group. Everyone, please, this is Counselor Mesgaro, an old friend of mine.
Oh, I don't know why. Yeah, surprised, but
Well, I told you that I had friends here.
Well met,
Sure,
sir.
you didn't
Drink this. Hands him some juice.
handing a man a drink without introducing yourself, Cognition.
He's hungover, let him sleep.
I beg pardon. Cognition Marinette. Hello. Drink this.
He's a doctor, you can trust him.
Yeah,
nods.
Mesgar looks over at Mistral before grabbing the juice and taking it. Whew. Quite hit the spot, thank you. Jizurai Mesgoro at your service. Well, good lord, what day is it?
I tell him what day it is.
Oh dear.
Sir, do you remember anything that happened before you fell asleep? You were put into a magical slumber by a fiendish creature who was impersonating you. We don't know for how long.
Well, he like tries to think back. It's been quite a long time. I remember telling the Sultana about a shipment coming in. And I'm not
A shipment of what, Miss Goro?
It was rubs his temples together.
People?
No. It was a shipment of goods from the academy. But that was well over 3 months ago, and then...
Does the name Felix Carmichael mean anything to you?
No?
There is an individual from the academy who goes by that name who, well, has been involved in a number of dark dealings and sinister plots that we've uncovered over the past few months, I'd say. And we found record of exchanging of goods between here and the academy, and his name was on the documents. If you're easy.
Do you have the documents?
I looked
We
to
do have-
Doug.
Yes, we have these shipping documents. I couldn't. It's in Old Infernal, and I couldn't quite parse them. So if you have any insight onto that, I suppose it was private business. It's private business, but you hands them over.
He looks at these and just like, this is detailing human trafficking,
Yes.
which has been illegal in the Sultanate for years.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder I was.
You understand our concern.
Yes, I. Trying to remember.
Take your
but
time.
Whatever slumber that I have awakened from has made me quite foggy in the brain.
I look to Aloon
Well,
with like a, is that normal look?
Oleg just has kind of he shrugs.
Mm.
Yeah. You were technically poisoned, so there might be some lagging effects. I would just like take it easy. The Sultana is out investigating the Starfall. Were you awake for the Starfall? Was that 3 months ago? I don't think that was.
I shake my head.
Yeah. Oh, there was a big whole freaking incident with like a meteor and
Freaking incident,
turning people
man.
into zombies. It's contained, but you might want someone to debrief you on that.
Seems I've missed much in these 3 months.
Oh, buddy. You have no idea.
It seems that
Yeah.
your poisoning was strategically timed so that our enemies could take control of Calistan.
Do you have...
Is her
Oh, sorry.
Is her radiance the Sultana? Is she okay?
We have yet to confirm, but we believe she is at Animiki's Rise investigating one of the Starfall sites. We are going to make our way there today.
She's with one of my people. She should be okay, unless like there's something so bad that she wouldn't. But that's pretty hard to think of. I'm just saying.
Well, if you have to go, then you have to go. Don't worry about me. Now that I've been brought back to the world of the living, I'll try and get things set straight.
Aloon will remain behind for some time with you as well to help.
Yeah. Whatever support the Erelon side of things. We were just here to figure out what the heck was happening because like communications were a little weird. So.
Oh yeah. Also, Mr. would have said hi, Oracle Cardos, not
Starfall
Aloon.
included. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
I thought you said
Sir
hi Orc
Cardos.
for a second. I was like, what?
Pleasure to have you here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily know if I saved your bacon. They did. I think you
Well-
probably would have woken up in like a week or two if I weren't here.
Steva, I do thank you. You have the gratitude of one of the secretaries of trade, Jebediah Mesgoro, as I introduced myself earlier, or if I didn't, I'm sorry.
No need
But-
to apologize, Mr. Mesgoro. You're recovering.
But, yes,
Our
you.
friend, yes, our friend Mistral was arrested. If it would be possible to expunge that arrest from the records as part of any reward for this.
That is
Arrested?
your impostor.
He's quite the troublemaker.
Yes. I broke
Well.
many laws.
That's so
That was a-
convincing.
That was a joke. Your imposter saw to it that I was put into the dungeon upon my arrival for
I'm sure whatever
like
record
slight
he-
slight glance to Sophia, and then glance back to Ms. Goro. They recognized me when I approached, and well, they
I'm
wanted
sure
to know
whatever
what I
records
knew.
they're keeping can be expunged, my boy.
Cut to him like while we're off, doing stuff, reading like bribery. I'm not expunging that. What the fuck, Mistral? No.
No, I do thank you all. I will. I mean, in lieu of reward, I mean,
Please.
I can't accept that. You've quite literally saved my life. You've probably saved the economy of Khalistan from dipping too much into bankruptcy and corruption.
I insist, no reward is necessary. We're just glad that you are all right and that you can restore order to the Khalistan.
Yes, order will be restored. He just sort of gets up, sort of shaky for a moment, but
I help him stand if he wobbles.
his dwarven stature sort of helping him sort of come back from a deep sleep poison effect faster than normal folk, but he sort of wobbles for a bit, leans on you for a bit, Mr. but then regains his footing and looks around at all of you. Now, while I am thankful, I will need to get myself cleaned up and dressed for the day so I can start putting Khalistan back together. So when
We will see
Sultana
ourselves out.
returns.
I bow my head and make for the door.
Well, we're off.
Oh,
Suppose so.
guess that's the cue to get going.
Oh,
So-
Mistral assumed he was kicking us out, or
Yeah.
that he wanted privacy. Yeah, he was respectfully bowing his head and leaving.
All right. Claire says, so there's that mini crisis resolved. Who wants tacos?
Hmm.
I am going to say roll an Arcana check.
If you need help, Doug is
Oh.
a wizard, can help you also in making any magic scroll you want. He's so good at making magic things that involve paper.
You can give yourself guidance.
You could have guidance and a wizard's help.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's about to get behind you like we're doing pottery together, and then you just slap him away and he's like, fine.
Oh, boy.
You made the scroll. It is a good scroll. 50 gold of material. paper. We'll just mark it down as 50 gold. Yep. Thank you, lass. So, what was your name? Oh, think nothing of it then, dear girl.
Mistral is stony faced.
Right then. So you guys are at least eschewed from the counselor's chambers. And Flair sort of looks and is like, so we want to get some breakfast, or do we just want to hit the road?
I,
Second,
for one,
Alun
Just
did
use
bring you
breakfast
fuckers donuts. Yeah.
that's true.
Unless that's all for Mesgoro. Mesgoro eating the whole bag of donuts like, go breakfast.
I don't know. He's been out.
I
for a
haven't eaten in
while.
3 months.
Yeah.
Fine. Flair says, having consumed his donut, so do we want, like, breakfast, or are we going?
Back in breakfast.
It would be wise to eat before we leave.
Flair looks to them. Really, thanks for your help, man. Did not expect it, but it was welcome.
Well, if you ever looked at your text, you would have known we were in the area, dude.
I look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I just
Cognition
No.
is also backing him up.
You've been busy. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I appreciate your help on this too. Like my hands would have been pretty tied without like maybe putting Ari in a position I would have wanted to. So it was a big help.
he smiles and
Yeah, let's yeah.
I was
'Cause, like-
not expecting to have to do that.
That's just how adventuring kind of works, you know. It's a little breadcrumb trail of fires to put out.
Mistral nods sagely. Is what I was gonna say. Bro, it's like
Yeah.
we're a bunch of sages or something. It's crazy.
Don't get into too much trouble, Balloon.
You too,
Well,
and
I mean, you
take
got
care
art
of
for
yourself
that.
and take some time where you need. If you need me, you know how to contact me. But I mean, you're heading to Sylph, so
Oh dear, you guys get to meet Sylph.
what does oh dear mean? Nods. I am wonderful, thank you.
Oh my god.
Anyways, say bye to Ari for me. We're gonna hit the road here, I think.
Yeah. I'll let you know where we move to next. Good luck.
You too.
And he gives him a little bit of a kiss and then slaps him on the ass to get him going.
Cognition raises his eyebrows at Claire.
Blair just waggles his eyebrow. All right. So, Marrow Sled. Yes.
We have to stock up on meat pies for Yelsey. It's gonna be such a long trip.
Yes, please. Thank you.
She will get
Yes,
so
please.
hungry.
Yes, we need it now.
No, we're gonna be
Nice.
too sad if you give us bread.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be okay. It's not the same bread.
Yelsey needs to stock up her smoke thingy.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. That too.
You
As
guys-
we're walking over to buy the meat pie before you leave, Mistral will like fall back to like the back of the group and try to like walk next to Sophia while the group is traveling, and just very like, Sophia, I wanted to apologize to you for aiming my weapon at you. I acted rashly, and I should not have done that. Yes, something like that. Thank you. I do not handle conflict in the same way you do. And so when something is wrong, my first instinct is not to attack. Please try to communicate in the future. Thank you. And he walks forward to re-enter the group. He's stony faced. You know, he's not been showing much emotion.
He's a tough nut to crack.
If you want to, I mean, you could if you want.
Go for it.
I mean, listen, I got a -2 to my charisma, so.
Mm. Oh my goodness.
No, I think it's less that he's like his emotions are like so obvious for anyone to read, but more that like the fact that he is specifically not emoting and like specifically expressing zero emotion makes it very clear that like he's like not good, you know?
Right now, yeah. Yeah.
So I'll say that like it's and Sophia has traveled with Mitchell for a very long time now, like a couple months, and probably knows his, you know, his body language to some degree. He's being very cold and stiff and like formal. And you could probably gather that he's upset to some degree. Yeah.
Hey, Angie. Yeah. And all is well.
Yeah,
I don't think you meant your apology. In fact, why were you apologizing?
Mistral meant his
Yeah.
apology. He believed what he said. I will say he
I
wouldn't have
believe him.
apologized if he wasn't sorry. He does
That's
feel
true.
bad about that.
All right, we
Uh,
get our breakfast.
Over breakfast,
Yes.
Claire looked
Yes.
at Cog and sort of was like, "You've been giving me the eye recently. What's that about?"
Oh, nothing. I just your choices aren't quite the ones I would make, but it's okay.
It's also so fucking cog to say something like that. It's such a cognition thing to say.
That's, I suppose we're different people, and
You mean my choice in life partners?
perhaps.
Doug spits out coffee now.
But just for fun. He's not actually
Yeah.
listening.
Oh God,
committed.
it's serious.
It's not really serious.
Wait, right, life partner.
Partners
I-
in he's been my partner in like a lot of the adventuring life. But before High Counselor, before I was the frontier leader, we were in the same like adventuring group. He's been my partner
see.
for a long duration of my life.
Sounds like you respect her
No,
very
that would
much.
explain it.
Well, it's not really my business since it's more of a casual thing. I apologize. I find myself judging a bit. It's not really my affair. So
I mean,
pay me no mind.
are you curious about it? You want in? It's a pretty open thing. Yeah.
I think what you and I have is plenty for me at the
Sure.
moment.
I could grease some wheels.
It doesn't really matter what you grease at this point. I don't know him that well, and
You could though.
Yelsi, oh no, Yelsi, God, Doug's listening to this like he's listening to fucking reality TV. He is fucking engrossed. He's occasionally like covering his mouth and like glancing at
That's
like
so
Yelsi, who's
funny.
like doesn't fucking get it.
well,
Yelsi has more important things, like her meat pies. And stocking
I-
her
I-
smoking space thing.
you would have to sell me on it. I don't know the man.
I mean,
Once again,
you didn't have to know the man that well to enjoy like last night. Like you didn't do
Well-
anything. He didn't do anything, but like he was good
No.
company, right?
I suppose that's true.
I mean, it's just casual, like the thing you and I got.
Well,
Okay, listen. He's not always that dirty. Air standard does make him take showers.
so he showers only when compelled.
Or when the mood strikes him. He's a
How often
druid.
does the mood
He's
strike
like-
him?
Half the time he's a fucking animal.
And the other half, he's a fucking animal.
Oh, well, last night was fun. I would go drinking with him again. I'll say that much.
That's the first step to being in love.
I just don't understand that philosophy towards life, I suppose. Right.
I think out of everyone in this group, and he like shows the joints, you need this the most. You are worried about everything.
I don't like the idea of losing control. So no thank you. I appreciate it, but no.
Wait, hold on. You said you don't like the idea of losing control, but you're. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
That is another matter.
Is this conversation happening like in public in front of all of us?
Yeah, Flo
Yes.
doesn't give a fuck.
We are all at the same table.
Okay, yeah, cool. So Mistral is just like
Doggy-
listening politely and is like, "Oh my goodness," and like very politely turns his face away to act like he's not listening for cognition's sake.
That is not laundry to be aired.
You're
yeah, I
like
think so.
you're walking towards like the Sand Marrow rental place.
Might I say, dear Flair, that is not your laundry to air.
That's partially my laundry.
Sounds
to
like
air.
you two air a
Well-
lot of laundry together. I'm just saying.
Mistral like very subtly gives him a bro fist under the table.
Yeah.
Yossi, mouthful of meat pie.
Anyways, just think about it, and then if you ever just want to let loose and come off your high horse, then you can get on your high horse.
He can actually be a
Yes, right. Excuse me.
Sorry, I got the joke.
Good one, Mistral.
Oh,
I'm glad you
was that
got
not-
it.
Oh, yes, okay. That was your intention. Wonderful.
All right.
Perhaps
So-
one day, if I have a good reason. Perhaps.
You don't always need a reason to do things.
It seems like this is a fairly common conversation between them. He does.
All right. Anyways, as you guys get to the Sandworm place, Sand Marrows and Dune buggies. I'm assuming none of y'all have been on one besides maybe Weather Boy over there.
Yeah, Weather Boy has been on one, I think.
Can't say I have.
All right. So, first rule is, for no reason, while the buggy is in motion, do you get off?
Looks
Is
at
really-
cognition and flair.
It is a Flair's like speaking like one of those like roller coaster attendants.
Mm-hmm.
It is the turn radius on these things is a pain in the ass to turn around, and then we lose precious time, and that is less time that we'd have to get to Anamiki's Rise. Especially once we get to the dunes proper. Sand over there is like water.
Like
Except
water?
it's extremely hot. And if you go beneath the surface, well, you don't drown, you just suffocate. So
That sounds highly unpleasant.
it is. I
Mishra
assume.
will lean over to Cog and whisper, "The movement of the worms causes lots of vibrations in the sand, causing it to fluidize and behave much like water does."
How
Do you
interesting.
think there would be some value of using rope to tie us to our rides, such that if we fall off, we can reel ourselves in on the rope?
Reeling yourself in if in the case that you're gonna fall off. That might work, but you'd have to be pretty strong.
I'm very
because
strong, thank you. No.
The dune
I
arrows
take it.
go quite quick.
I take it your point is, do not fall off.
Correct.
I see. Point taken.
Uh, could do that. Boy, the boy, do you wanna man one of these things? I got the. Oh, I got the. We gotta buy 2 of these things. Each of
Sorry,
them.
were you referring to me as Weather Boy?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yes, I would be happy to man one.
Alright. And he talks to the owner, just like you see he exchanges some coin and 2 of these like rather large looking boats. Rafts actually. With 2 sort of large sled-like appendages attached together with this heavy cord to make a sort of platform to sit on, and I'll just show you. They're kind of like the sand skippers from Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's like areas to sit in where you wouldn't normally fall off, and then there are additional like sails and whatnot, and then you see each of these sand skippers are tied to these large creatures that upon closer inspection look like a large cross between a shark and a lizard.
Whoa.
Jeff.
Player goes up to one of them, reaches into like a bag and tosses them a hunch of meat. The lizard sees it coming and just sort of like consumes it. And Flair like pets them. Sand marrow. This is a dune marrow. Sand shark, if you will. Fantastic little creatures. Fastest thing this side of desert. Highly carnivorous. Doesn't really care what it eats. As long as it's meat. Don't stand in front of it when it's eating.
Understood.
Could not be an issue.
Pretty much, if you're, I mean, just let Mistral handle it. I think he's handled one of these things before.
Hmm. I have.
He sort of nods. With these things, you should reach at the end of the dunes and the beginning of Animeki's rise within, what do you say, Mistral? A week?
Perhaps 5 days if we're hasty.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's not much more to say. Let's get to it. Who's with me? Who's with Mistral?
I will take Mistral.
Mistral nods, starts saddling up his shark.
I'll go with you, Flair.
Okay. Boulder parchment shears, please.
Yeah? Cat, did you fall asleep? Cat, are you muted?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Yes. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You good?
I'm EPDP. I'm so sorry. I did fall asleep in the last 5 minutes.
No worries.
Oh. Oh, Mistral and Doug. Someone has to make sure Doug doesn't die.
And obviously Mistral won't do it.
Alright.
Alright.
Cat, you gotta not D&D in your bed. That's dangerous.
Well, I'd love to do it on my computer, but it's not assembled.
I get... okay. Yeah.
Everything is assembled, it's just missing a graphics card.
Oh.
It's been 2 weeks.
Oh.
Tell him
You're right.
Just kill Jeff Bezos, it's fine.
Yeah.
You will be a national
I'm
hero.
down for it.
Alright. Someone roll
Agree.
a d20.
No, I got it.
Oh,
You're too slow.
okay.
Amazing.
That's talent.
Mm-hmm. Look at
Wait,
us.
I wanna. Never
The game
mind.
is
Synergy,
rigged.
babe.
I'll leave.
Alright. Since 217s were rolled, say, Gabe, roll me a d12. Both of you.
Both of us? Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Alright.
Nice.
What kind of sex are you having? What the heck? Oh, hell yeah, baby.
So, as you guys cruise over the dunes,
Mhm.
the only trouble that you guys have is in the middle of the
middle
actual
of the night.
sand sea here.
Mhm.
There is at one point you're caught in a large sandstorm
Oh.
So, so I want cognition. God, what is your name? Sophia, Yossi, and Doug to all make strength saving throws.
Dex. All right. Oh, strength.
Yep.
Hear what you want to hear.
Yep.
I never do that, Riley. I never hear whatever.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm real good.
That was really good. Good job, Doug.
Yeah, that's so good.
All
Let's
right.
see.
Doug draws up his scarf around his face so he doesn't get fucking sand in his mouth.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I
Elsie
think
holding Doug's tail like a fucking kite.
Very
Yeah.
good. That's a good image.
I think you guys are nearly blown off the sleds, but Sophia and Kaus succeeding means that you break dead even, so
Okay.
no one is actually lost to the sands.
Sophia, Princess carries Cog.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God that didn't happen.
So, beyond that little mishap, you guys reach the edge of the dunes and hit solid land. And as you sort of disembark from that, you look overhead in the clear skies, and you see large birds sort of soaring overhead. That's where we're going to call it for today.
Nice.
Woo. Rachel takes a deep breath and does a big old smile, and he's like, "Ah, I'm home." He says it just like that.
I'm home.
Ah. Time to finally fill out my W-2.
Oh boy. All right, good session. I'm glad
Good
we got the
session.
guy awake.
Yeah, we learned so much. We learned so much.
Yeah, we just had to
Actually-
put Mistral in jail and then have him sleep.
It was worth it, guys. It was worth it. We learned a lot of really valuable information.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We should do it this way every time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Also, guys, look, I made a silly little scar chart for Mistral's injuries.
Oh, let me see. Ooh.
Very silly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh. Very, very good.
I'm gonna label all the scars, but I just added the little sickle thing on his bottom left and the big old burn on his shoulder,
Okay.
like peck.
Nice. Okay. This is helpful.
Oh?
Oh yeah?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Not
you
that I have
elaborate?
plans or anything.
So none?
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
I feel like if someone has maybe a chance with cognition of our
It would be
party
Mistral.
of barbarians, it might be Mistral?
Yeah.
Our party
I
of
would agree.
barbarians. We're so uncultured.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
However,
Listen, just because you strike first doesn't mean you strike the hardest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
I guess that's true.
Damn.
Alright, so point of order.
Hmm.
Our next session will not be the 2nd. It will be on the 7th,
Okay.
Friday.